Have you ever wondered what it feels like to be left standing at the altar, dressed in white, holding onto a dream that suddenly shatters before the whole world? What would you do if the person you loved most, the one who promised forever, walked away in front of everyone? This is not just a story. It's a journey of heartbreak, resilience, and a twist that no one saw coming. Stay with me, because by the end, you'll see how love, pain, and destiny can collide in ways that change lives forever. The church was packed with flowers, music, and guests dressed in their finest clothes. Everyone was waiting for the grand wedding of the year, the union of Daniel Hart, a young millionaire entrepreneur, and Emily Carter, a woman known not for her wealth, but for her kindness and gentle spirit. Emily's hands trembled as she held her bouquet, her heart pounding with nervous excitement. She had loved Daniel for years, through his struggles and even before his fortune. Today was supposed to be their forever. But when the moment came, Daniel never showed. The whispers began, the smiles faded, and Emily's chest grew heavy. A man in a tuxedo walked in late, but it wasn't Daniel. It was his best man, holding a note. The words inside cut deeper than any blade. "I'm sorry, Emily. I can't do this. Don't wait for me." The crowd gasped. Emily's knees almost buckled, but she forced herself to stand tall. Tears burned her eyes, but she smiled bravely in front of the people who came to witness her happiness. That day, her world ended, but she didn't let the world see her break. In the weeks that followed, rumors spread like wildfire. Some said Daniel got cold feet. Others claimed he had fallen for someone else. But the truth was never spoken, and Emily never explained. She disappeared from the city, leaving behind the shattered pieces of what should have been her happily ever after. Daniel, meanwhile, buried himself in business. His empire grew. His name appeared in magazines, and his face became a symbol of success. To the world, he was a powerful man who had it all. But behind closed doors, he was haunted by what he had done. He told himself he had spared Emily a life of disappointment, that he wasn't good enough for her. But no amount of wealth could silence the memory of her standing at that altar waiting for him. 2 years passed. Emily rebuilt her life in silence. She worked as a teacher in a small town, pouring her love into children who needed guidance. She no longer wore diamonds, but she wore dignity. She no longer walked red carpets, but she walked with grace. People admired her strength, but no one knew the storm she had endured. And then, fate intervened. It was at a charity gala years later. Daniel, now older, more tired despite his success, was giving a speech about giving back to the community. As he spoke, his eyes scanned the crowd, and then froze. There she was, Emily, dressed simply, elegantly, with the same kind eyes he had once promised forever to. His heart skipped a beat. She had changed, but she had also become even more radiant, carrying an air of quiet strength. The room around him blurred, and all he could see was her. Memories crashed back. The bouquet, the tears, the letter he left. For years he had hidden from this moment, but now it stood before him. After the event, Daniel approached her cautiously, like a man walking on broken glass. "Emily," he whispered. She turned, her gaze calm but unreadable. "Daniel." Silence hung heavy. He searched her face, desperate for a sign of forgiveness, but she gave nothing away. Finally he broke down. "I was a fool. I thought leaving you would protect you from me. I was scared of not being enough, even with all the money, even with all the success. I never stopped loving you." His voice cracked. "And I regret it every single day." Emily listened, her eyes steady. Then she said words he never expected. "Daniel, the day you left me, I thought my life was over. But it wasn't. It was the beginning. I learned that love isn't about waiting for someone who abandons you. It's about finding yourself again. I've built a life I'm proud of, with or without you." The tears welled up in Daniel's eyes. "Is there any chance left for us?" Emily took a long pause, her heart torn between the scars of the past and the possibilities of forgiveness. Then she smiled faintly. "I don't know what the future holds, Daniel. But I do know this. You don't get to run away this time. If you truly love me, you'll have to prove it, not with money, not with promises, but with actions." From that night on, Daniel changed. He showed up, not just in words, but in deeds. He visited the school where Emily taught, funding programs not in his name but quietly, humbly. He listened to her stories, supported her dreams, and gave without asking in return. Slowly, brick by brick, he rebuilt the trust he had shattered. And Emily, though cautious, began to see a man who had finally grown into the partner she once believed he could be. Their story didn't end in a grand wedding or fairy tale perfection. It ended in something better, a second chance built on respect, patience, and genuine love. And the message: sometimes the greatest heartbreak can lead you to discover your own strength. Sometimes forgiveness is not about forgetting the past, but about choosing to believe in the future. And sometimes the love you thought was lost forever can return, stronger than before, if both hearts are willing to fight for it.